Hello. This just keeps surprising me at the moment by being like really fast to go live. Normally it takes ages, and then all of a sudden yesterday and today it's just like that. Today I actually want to title this Against All Odds, because there is so much I've got to say about this, and there is so much that has happened today, and it's for so many reasons it's such a special day today. But before I just run away with and talk about a million miles an hour because that's what I do. I just want to bring the energy back down a little bit. So let's just arrive in the space here today. Just placing a hand both on your womb space, maybe one on your heart, one on your womb space. And then just closing your eyes and just arriving here. Obviously, if you're driving, please don't do that. But if you're able to, just closing your eyes and just taking a moment here and just letting the energy that you are feeling at the moment just settle in your body. And maybe just notice what this energy actually feels like. I know for me at the moment there is a lot of energy literally swirling inside of me. And I'll tell you in a minute why. So it's just coming back to the body. Just taking a few deep breaths here. And just grounding down. Just one more deep breath. And then gently blinking your eyes open. And just arrive back in the space here with me. Now I feel like my energy feels a lot more settled, a lot more grounded. So I hope you feel the same. That's a practice that you just can come back to anytime when your energy feels low or a little bit all over the place. It's very good when you're overwhelmed and there's a lot going on and the energy just trying to bubble out, which is a good thing, the bubbling out, but sometimes that energy itself can be overwhelming for us, especially as mums. So just connecting with your breath and having your hands, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, that is really bringing you back to yourself. That's a little side note there. So I titled today's stream Against All Odds because there have been many times in my life when I heard someone else's story and was just this is never going to happen to me, until it did. And very recently, within the last less than 2 years, it happened twice. Big things, and I'm talking big things. The first one being actually this house. So we used to live down in Sussex. We were looking to move up to Shropshire because we have a much bigger dream. Well, we have a big piece of land with our own house, for me to have my own yard to do all of my work, for my husband to have shepherd's huts to rent out, etc. So and this is just a little glimpse. We've got a big dream, and moving to Shropshire was the first step. So beginning of 2024, we were talking just about the year and essentially our dreams and what we wanted, what we were hoping for. And then we got this idea that it could be possible for us to buy, just not down south where we were. So with the help of my father-in-law, who loaned us the deposit, which we've now paid back all of it, we were actually able to look for houses, and we found this house that we're in right now. It's a spoiler, we got it. But when we first saw it online, we loved it. Like, we loved the layout, just the feel. And so we inquired about it, and it's like, nope, it's sold. We're just like, okay, fine. They'll say, oh, we can put you on the wait list just in case it falls through. There are like over 100 people already on it, because it's such like a sought after like area and stuff. And the house is lovely, if I say so myself. So it's just like, okay, fine, like let's put it, let's get on the wait list because it can't harm. And we kept looking at other houses, but we kept comparing it to this house. And I had like visions of like being in this house. And it was one Saturday afternoon, I think it was in March. Yeah, no, it was definitely March, when my husband was out walking the dog and he phoned me. I was saying, why are you phoning me? You never phone me when you're out walking the dog. And he was like, oh, the estate agent phoned, or the development company phoned. There are a few houses that have become available. So this one and next doors. He like gave me the plot numbers and everything, because I had the stuff at home. He was like, have a look, see what you think, which one you want, blah 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 blah. So then when he got home, was just like, okay, fine, like I prefer this house. To be fair, I prefer like at that moment, I actually like the other house because it has a what do you call it? Utility room. That's the word. Whereas this one doesn't. But I prefer the garden, and like I prefer this house. There was just something about it, and I was just like, go for the bank, say we want this house, and put a deposit down, and see where we can actually view it. So that all happened very quickly. Put the deposit down. We saw the house in end of March. I think it was Easter Friday that we drove up. We literally done a day trip to Shropshire from Sussex with a 2-year-old. Literally drove up, saw the house, had like nothing in, like no flooring. It had some of the kitchen in, it had some of the bathrooms in, and that's it. And we were just like, yeah. Sophia loved it. She was just running around like a nutter, like literally. So, and this was, I think, the first time that I started to believe that like things are actually work out for me if I just believe in it. Obviously, if I doubt it and like, and it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not just believing in it, but you actually have to like, you know, we had to ask my father-in-law for the money. We had to obviously look for houses and all of that. You have to put action steps into that. But again, literally against all odds, we got this house. And then in June, we moved here, July. Yeah. So that's the, like, I guess the first thing, which then, because we obviously moved here, Sophia starts school in September. And today is, what's it called? National Admission Day? We found out which school she's going to. Now, when we looked at schools, knowing we know she's dyslexic, and we think there's some other. I assume she's got ADHD as well. If that's not it, then it's I know something different. So when we looked at the schools, we were looking like what would best support her, rather than like necessarily the best school on paper. And we really liked the school, which is close by, but we're not in catchment. So we are not in catchment. The school is oversubscribed. So we literally put down the schools in order that we would have liked her to go to. Me knowing full well that the second choice you would never get into, and you would only get into that school if it's a first choice, because it's even more oversubscribed. So National Offer Day today. I wake up literally at 10 past midnight to go to the toilet. I was like, let me just have a look. And lo and behold, against all odds, she got into the first choice school. And again, it's just, I knew deep inside the same way as I knew this was going to be our house, even when we weren't, when it was sold to someone else, I knew that was our house. The same way that I knew that she's going to go to that school. The same way that I know that my business is going to be huge. The same way I know that our dream, our vision of having like our big piece of land with all of the bits that we do, I know that's going to happen. I can't tell you how I know. All of this is like delusional almost. Like all of these things are so far out there until they are not. And that's the point. We have to believe, and we have to just move towards those things. Like I could have, to be fair, I did ask my guides what school Sophia's going to get into, and they did tell me that school. And I was like, okay, cool. But there was still like that little bit of doubt, just like, yeah, but what do I do if she doesn't? How do I tell her? Like, but I'm just like, also, she doesn't care so much what school she goes to, as long as, well, it was more us. We cared about it a lot more because we know that that school will really support her with any of the needs that she may have going through school. And it's so funny because that was the first school that we ever looked at, like even online, where we're like looking at what schools are around. And I remember like sitting in bed before I was going to sleep, just talking to my husband, just looking at like the website and just like, gee, like you can't do anything here. Like it's like really, really strict. And he was like, yeah, bearing in mind, so I'm German, so I grew up in Germany. I went to school in Germany. And we just wear whatever the heck we want. We don't have anything like that at all. Like here, we don't have school uniforms. We don't have, I think that school, I know there was something, I can't remember what it was like, but the way that you have to wear your hair. I'm just like, what the, it's like you can't have a particular haircut or something like that. And I was like, what on earth? I was like, it's no personality. So I guess that is going to be like my next, I don't want to say challenge, but my next like little thing just for Sophia to like live like a cyclical and be very much in tune. She's very much in tune with herself, and she doesn't do what she doesn't want to do. She just won't. It's a good luck school. But just to keep that alive within like the structure of school life, I guess. So that's going to be my like little, I guess, project for that, like from September onwards, just to, because I don't want her to override her like own needs, her own like all of the things like, and it's just finding a way to work with that within that structure of like school life and yeah, just generally in the structures of life. Because as much as I want to homeschool her so that we can just do whatever heck we want to do, I feel it's important for her just to like have friends go out of the house as well. So it's a balance act, isn't it, for all of us always. So, but yeah, that's going to be my like next little thing that I need to work out how to do. Or find like, it's not so much work out how to do, but it's just like finding our own way just to let her be herself whilst still being in that very rigid structure, I feel. But yeah, so that is pretty much all that is coming through today. If you've had your offer day today, you know, I'm hoping that you got the result that you wanted. If you haven't, I'm personally a big believer that it always happens for the best outcome for us. We might not see it at the moment, but just try to see like the positives, which I know, as I said previously, I think 2 days ago, it can be quite hard when you're in that like low, if things don't necessarily happen as you wanted it to, or the way that you expected it. But yes, so thank you so much for joining in live with me today for this little transmission about like little miracles, and just also about like trusting that gut feeling that you have inside, and that knowing. Because especially as mothers, I love the fact that I just going to say bye and now I'm going into another like transmission. Like especially as mothers, we are very much in tune, I think, with our our children. And I know like I just know I have like a really strong intuition. If that is something that you want to like maybe lean into a little bit more, I in the description of this there is my Substack link for £5 a month. You gonna get like loads of practices and monthly women's circles as well, just to really tune back into yourself and like really connect to that intuition inside. So if you're struggling with it a little bit with that, that is a really good starting point for £5 a month. But it's all about like trusting that gut feeling as well. So even if you've got the school that you wanted, but if there's something like a niggling feeling like, no, I actually prefer this school, I would trust that personally. Just a little note on that. All right, now I'm finished. Thank you so much for joining in today, and I will see you tomorrow.